good this patch, and you know, Ringo has been playing that character since the beginning, so all of those buffs just like made a huge difference, going from bottom 1, bottom 2, if you will, to like a mid-tier character. It's a major difference.
Yeah, a mid-tier character with a lot of knowledge checks, right? The moment that he gets into that Soul Forge, the armor makes it so difficult to kind of engage with him, especially depending at the angles. He's got command grabs. He has really solid reversal wake-up options with meter, and it feels like he always has meter, especially if you're instant blocking your opponent when they're trying to put that pressure on you.
Right, and in Granblue Fantasy Versus, walking builds so much meter, and Vasaraga has to do a lot of walking.
Damn right.
So he's going to build meter pretty quickly, all things told, on top of all the actions that he is taking. So he's always on deck with it. Now, one of the things that I want to talk about is armor, because not only does the armor charge itself have armor, all of the special moves that follow have armor, and he can cancel armor into armor effectively. And armor is not an easy thing to break in this game, because it is not a one-hit thing. It's not a 2-hit thing. It is a 3 hits take to crack that armor. So if you are not ready to either throw or spot dodge the option that Vasaraga has, you are probably going to get hit, and hit for a substantial amount of damage.
Yeah, and not only that too, Vasaraga's Soul Forged armor allows him to go through supers, which is not normal in a lot of different fighting games, but it is going to be Vasaraga up against Jita. Jita has been just an absolute nightmare to deal with. Ibis coming through, obviously her Rekka is the big thing, right? The Rekka has so much corner carry. Her EX Fireball, or Super Fireball, I should say, is just so incredibly strong for 50 meter, allowing her to steal turn after turn.
But not only the EX Fireball, but the ultimate Rekka has the ability to convert into, you know, the full SSBA at 100 spend, right? She's so versatile at every range, and she's very difficult to punish, if she can be.
But it's all going to be about those knowledge checks, right? Do we know how to fight Vasaraga? Right now we are jumping a lot. The fear of that command grab, the fear of the armor coming through, but the ankles do get caught.
That's going to be safe right there. Good way to take your turn back, but immediately spends the Brave point.
This is what you're going to see a lot. If it's a Vasaraga match and he's got 50 meter, he is going to be waking up with ultimate command grab reversal here.
And we saw the spot dodge from Ibis right there. That makes a big difference in this matchup, is knowing how to spot dodge the charge. Yes, easy punish on the DP. Jet Set Ringo closes out first round.
Yeah, one thing about Ringo is that he knows when to hold him and when to fold him, right? He knows when to pull back and be a little bit patient to do things like baiting out that DP we saw at the end there. But now just trying to play that spacing game until we can get the armor on and charge on in.
And with a character like Vasaraga that has a lot of health, right, betting on options doesn't feel nearly as bad, right?
No, not at all.
Okay, it's a good frame trap right there.
Yeah, the conversion there off of the running L. Dash light. Does it again into the standing light, but this time there's the tech out in the air.
Jita's so versatile, so happy to just take a button in the corner, because she's just cashed out damage and is still just like happy to play that block string game with you.
Yeah, we're doing such a much better job now at keeping that spacing like we were mentioning earlier, right? To try and get those whiff punishes on Ringo. Still, combo limit comes through, not enough to get the kill. Ringo has another opportunity here, but cannot afford to take a single hit.
And that's going to be it right there.
That ultimate Fireball is just...
Between Ultimate Fireball keeping her plus and Ultimate, Rekka also keeping her safe, this character is something incredibly fierce with meter.
Yeah, and it felt like people have really started to jump on the bandwagon of her realizing how strong she really is. Of course, when Rising first came out, there was a bit of downplaying going on for Jita, but it's undeniable now at the level that this character is, and Ibis doing a really good job. Love the backdash there. Getting the DP. Trying to get the combo limit to drop you right into the guard crush.
It's okay, but unfortunately the Rekka gonna having enough hits to crack the armor from Jet Set Ringo. Closes it out with that ultimate Rekka right there is Ibis up 1-0.
Yeah, and that first round of the first game felt like it was all Ringo, but Ibis kind of immediately understood, okay, getting in and brawling with Vasaraga is not the right play. We need to sit out and try and go for that whiff punish game. Wait for Ringo to act. Ringo is not just constantly trying to go into Soul Forge.
No, not quite, but we're seeing a lot of spends on the like EX or the heavy buttons right there with the specials, which varying between the specials and the ultimates with Vasaraga is such a threat at all times, and Ibis is just keeping, you know, Vasaraga in the cage, right? That's exactly where you want him. You don't want him to move. You want him like to be threatened of like whiff punish at all times. But, you know, we're going to break out real quick.
We're going
Back
for the
to neutral.
Not quite able to armor through the fireball, and that's a big downside in this match, too. The fireball hitting so many times here for Jita, but love the reset into the EX command grab. Soul Forge right in your face, and that's going to be the round.
Great conversion right there, and you talked about it. That EX fireball having 3 really quick hits is going to crack the armor every time.
Let's see now, Ringo's starting to figure out a way to push forward here, utilizing that armor and being a lot more aggressive. Sometimes you just got to walk, but just goes for the wrong option there. Ibis recognized the situation was dangerous, so just jumped to the other side.
Yep, neutral jumping the walk is important. You got to be aware that he can turn around at some point, but it's also on the Vasaraga player to realize that they have to turn around.
Shoulder charge in. One thing I want to see from Ringo as well is shoulder charge into the ultimate command grab. It catches a lot of people off guard and kind of forces them to respect your options after the shoulder charge. Instead, we're just going to go for wake up command grab here.
Take the Oki mid-screen. Ultimate Fireball going to push through into guard break. You did not have enough bravery points. You had to spot dodge that.
Yeah, I think Ibis is doing a really good job, too, of kind of catching Ringo at the moment that they land. We're going for a lot of full combo, you know, the tech out in the air, right? Getting the combo limit, teching out Ringo in the air, and then just going straight for the guard crush the moment that Ringo lands. And Ringo really hasn't been able to react yet with a spot dodge in those scenarios.
It is an extreme knowledge check situation, and you can punish it very easily if you're aware, but if you're not ready in the moment, it's such a heads-up like decision to have to make.
What a neutral jump, though, leading to a huge advantage now for Ibis. Oh, tried to go for the ultimate Rekka, just a little too far away.
Was ready, but we are seeing Vasaraga conversions.
Look at the damage there, and ending it with the Soul Forge mean we can get even more aggressive. But again, Ibis, so willing to jump forward, and Ringo has not yet had an answer for that. I think maybe slowing things down, being a little patient, and trying to go for those anti-airs will help Ringo out a lot, but we are able to tie things up 1-1.
The heavy command grab is going to do a lot more damage while not having the same type of iframes or startup as the ultimate command grab. But that is the trade-off. Catching Ibis off guard there actually ended up winning him the game.
Ringo get the sweep.
Yep, crushing through. And that's going to be the key. If you can walk forward and get that big swing, it not only has so little recovery, but it also is going to be the thing that anti-airs in that situation. So ready. Yes, and that actually will OS, because if that lands front side, you get the armor charge. But if it lands backside, you get the throw. So Jet Set Ringo very quickly taking the first round of this third game.
Yeah, now this is the tug of war game, right? It's trying to get that 2-1 lead here in Winners Finals. One of the most important rounds you could possibly have, and Ibis already striking back. There's the Rekka, immediately putting Ringo into the corner, and the counter hit with the heavy.
And that late tech, you know, it's going to put you in a disadvantaged situation, but you got to be careful. Big combo right there. Spot dodge on the charge overhead. Yeah, and we're going to pump the armor right quick. That's the knowledge check of all time as of this patch. Nice. Oh, very good awareness from Ibis to just do a safe jump opposite side and then hold up if you didn't get the conversion. You can OS that. It's very difficult.
Yeah, they might be able to close things out here. Instead, goes for the ultimate DP. It looked like we probably just didn't have enough meter there to go for the super, which could have killed. But now we are out of Brave points. Doesn't matter, though.
And Jita, big neutral buttons, very efficient all the way around, right? She's going to be able to convert in meaningful ways each time.
Absolutely. But this
that
time,
DP, yep. 3 hits, going to crack all of the armor.
And again, just going for the Brave counter to push Ringo back into the corner, right where Ibis wants him. Harassing with these dash Ls. But now we push our way out. Goes for the EX shoulder charge this time, but still gets hit with the counter hit dash L into a full combo. You're right back where you started.
Spending meter to do so. So I imagine that Ringo's not too upset by this. Still has a decent amount of life despite all of the hits that we've seen so far. Okay. Oh, no. Unfortunate whiff throw. Good
Yeah.
from Ibis. Big conversion right here.
Ibis has pretty much understood at this point that we can... Oh, my God!
Yes, and Ringo is now looking for it. Good awareness all around. Any singular hit that he gets is going to do so much damage with no Brave points on Ibis, but...
We can't get greedy. That's the thing. Ringo cannot get greedy, and greedy is exactly what's happening. Ringo smelling the blood in the water, so trying to strike here. And this is a lot closer than it seems, right? It's basically one touch for both of them. Ringo just needs one solid confirm, and it's going to do so much damage, but spot dodge is a little too late there at the end and is going to get tossed. Ibis going up 2-1.
Now, the question there was the spot dodge what got no escaped, or was that the button after? Because it makes a big difference there in how you adjust to playing around Jita's game plan. And that's the thing. It's so difficult to make these like very clutch judgment calls versus a character that's safe all the way through.
Yeah, absolutely. But sometimes you can find a gap just like that, and now we can put our own pressure up, go straight into the EX command grab, get that Soul Forge back on deck.
Doing a really good job of mixing these command grabs in to make sure that Ibis has to be aware. Even if you are getting punished sometimes for going for the command grab, it's often worth it just to put the fear of all of it in so that you can mix the rest of your game plan.
Oh no, but gets caught. Another big conversion there. But Ibis still hasn't been able to walk Ringo to the corner yet, and that's why this round has been pretty much in Ringo's favor at the moment here, or at least even. As long as we can stay mid-screen and brawl, Ringo has a much better opportunity, and there's the clash. What a masher.
You have to be ready. Just like in the Guilty Gear games, Arxis loves being able to make you understand how to clash properly, and Jet Set Ringo understanding the assignment, being aware of how much you could take with the armor, getting the clash on the last hit, and then converting in the situation.
Again, trying to go for the armor up right in Ibis's face has not quite worked yet, right? We need to find a better knockdown or a better hit to go into that. Ibis is willing to press. There's the spot dodge. Goes for the ultimate Rekka to push as far to the corner as possible. Look at the damage on this.
That's incredible damage right there from Ibis, but going to miss right there.
Another spot dodge, and guess what? You have no Brave points to save you. Ibis now sitting at set point. Ringo getting a little too greedy, trying to go for these guard breaks.
Yes, and greedy is the name of the game with these guard breaks right here. I think you are going to be better off like saving your meter if possible to cash out with Super for the most amount of damage. Super going to take away Brave points no matter what. SSBA specifically going to take away 2. So you're going to see people be able to cash out when they get low, even on simple hits, because 50% extra damage is going to make a huge difference.
Yeah, absolutely. And already down 1 Brave point here for Ringo. Needs to be careful about dropping another one. Slow but steady, trying to move in on Ibis. Goes for the shoulder charge to force the situation. There's the pickup. Let's hope this doesn't backfire, though.
It's okay. One exchange could make the difference right here.
Oh, you're dead. Hold on, armor. Oh, I broke through.
But you got the soft hit on that, which is the important part right there. Now, this conversion right here, I don't think it'll do it. She'll get close. That's combo limit right there. This is one situation.
What was important there is you saw Ibis backed up to make sure they weren't in range for the ultimate command grab, and now they just have to find that stray touch. Anything can do it.
Either player getting a throw wins right here.
Yeah, might as well go for the... oh, no, run a DP, yeah. I was going to say, might as well go for the Brave counter there, right? You're 1 hit away from death. Just get them off you and go back to neutral. But Ringo is going to get sent to the loser side of the bracket here. Loser's final, still in it.
Yep, guaranteed 3rd place from here at least. So good stuff from Jet Set Ringo, but Ibis playing solid, understanding the matchup, understanding the tools that are available to Jita to deal with Vasaraga's armor. Very smart stuff all around.
Yeah, absolutely, but that means that we are going to get to jump down to the loser side of the bracket now. Losers semis, of course, this is top 4, so we're going to get a quick 2 out of 3 set, and then it is 3 out of 5 the rest of the way through. And I believe we do have Roberto coming up, right?
Yes, it is going to be... No, actually.
Is it not?
I think it's Calvin versus Carter.
Calvin and Carter, okay, okay. Garfield.
I think.
So if it is Calvin
sure.
and Carter, then that is, of course, going to be Who's Calvin play again?
Calvin is playing both 2B and Siegfried.
Oh, 2B and I mean, those are some good characters
Those
to pick,
are some
right?
good characters, yes.
But of course, on the flip side here, Carter, I believe, is a Vera player or a Catalina, right? Is
no, so Carter
swap?
is actually playing. So originally Carter played. So I know he's playing currently Beelzebub.
Ooh,
I know he's been
Bubs.
playing Belial. Originally he played Lil Wayne. That's what I was looking for.
Oh, yeah, yep, you're right. I remember it all now. Playing Lil Wayne. One of the things about a lot of the Tampa players here is that they rotate through a lot of different characters, so it's hard to really nail down who they're playing at any given time, especially with the rate at which Granblue has been releasing DLC characters. Every couple months there's a brand new character. Of course, you have your character coming this next week.
Yes,
yeah,
right before Combo Breakers, so no matter what my result is, I'll be able to finally play Beatrix. I've been waiting for years and years at this point, so.
I love how everyone saw her and was like, that's Grand Viper. That's Bandit. Bring her.
I could not be more excited. Okay, so we're going to see a GOTE classic at this point of these two playing, they play every week. I know they play online sometimes too, so if you're in the Discord, you're seeing like the 5 of us, 6 of us going back and forth playing this game. So it'll be interesting to see what each of them chooses because they have like pretty diverse, character pools. I know Calvin was playing UL, was playing Nier, was playing Siegfried, was playing 2B. So I think he's going to stick with 2B this tournament, and I think we're going to see Bubs from Carter right now.
Yeah, that makes sense. Absolutely. And you're not wrong either. Every single time I walk in the doors of the local, I feel like I see them sitting down running sets.
Yeah, so we're going to see Garfield versus Shin
Wait,
Zephyr.
we're getting... Oh, no, this has to be a button check, right? We're not doing a Bubs mirror match here.
No.
Okay. Confirmation for production. Thank you. I'll say, no way Calvin's playing Bubs.
No. Absolutely not.
Calvin doesn't play male characters, okay?
Yeah, most of the time. Not unless they're top tier and really, specific.
All right, just getting our button check in. Of course, Carter is going to be playing the Beelzebub. Like we mentioned earlier, he does have the Beelzebub. He does have the Belial. But I feel like Beelzebub kind of suits him better. That's the one he's been playing since the start as well.
Yes, that is definitely the character he's been playing the most as of recent. So
here we go. Yep, 2B coming on in as well, hovering over it. And 2B, even with the nerfs that she got, still an incredibly potent character, right? I mean,
she's very good and very scary. She's one of those characters that you specifically have to lab so many of the basic situations from front to back, because otherwise she will just run you over.
You have to play almost like a different game against her because she kind of breaks the rules of Granblue, especially being able to whiff cancel just into her regular strings.
Whiff cancel and holding on to the bot to effectively get a double jump, right, is just so difficult to deal with in this game if you are not ready for it.
Yeah, but one of the big things here is that Garfield is going to be wanting to keep Shin Zephyr out. Play more of that zoning game, that spacing game there with Beelzebub, because you don't want her to be able to get in and start brawling with you.
No, not at all. And anti-airing her is very difficult, but a character like Beelzebub with how big his 2H is, and the fact that he can charge missiles to cover such a large height, might not have the same difficulty that other characters do. We're seeing that Garfield is taking early advantage, but Shin Zephyr reversal throw right there. Back into pressure, doesn't get a whiff punish on that EX.
Yeah, but getting out of the corner against 2B sometimes feels impossible. The fact that she'll exactly what Shin Zephyr here is doing, hanging out at that range where you can just whiff standing light into more buttons. Isn't going to matter though. Garfield with the EX knives is able to take the first round.
Yes, and that's going to be the game of all of it, is how well is 2B able to control that space with her massive normals. Even her lights are so big, and her heavies just convert for so much damage. What are you going to do about it? How do you respond?
So far we're 2 for 2 for EXDP, but there it is again, the whiff. Just, my God, this character is a whiff punish queen, keeping the pressure up there with the plus frames. Fading back.
Out of the corner with a teleport. Beelzebub teleport is very difficult to respond to if you aren't specifically looking for it and have something at the ready.
Speaking of at the ready, you can see here that Garfield is being a little hesitant to try and go for 2H. Shin Zephyr will do neutral jumps to kind of jump in just a little far away to try and bait out an anti-air. But I think Garfield is just a little afraid of the possibility of the drone coming through. There's the command grab. Super! Hit him with the Aura.
Going to do a decent amount of damage right here. Plus 30% to the damage with the only 2 Brave points.
Now all out of Brave points isn't going to matter. Gets caught in the air-to-air scenario here. And Garfield taking game number 1. Remember, loser semis, so this is 2 out of 3.
Yes, and it's a really great heads-up response from Garfield. We probably are going to see the Siegfried, yep. So that's a really difficult situation to deal with if you're not aware of it. But, you know, jump back, jump forward A. Super smart if you know she's going to double jump because she does have to spend the extra time in the air before JH comes out.
Yes. But the switch to Siegfried here, too, is going to be really interesting because I feel like having access to that EX Fireball, right, is going to help us push our way in up against Garfield's zoning here. Of course, Siegfried, everyone knows how strong this character is.
Right. You're challenging the knives with the fact that your Fireball reaches, you know, super jump height almost. And you've got massive sword normals to contest exactly how big, you know, Beelzebub's normals are as well. So the pressure is going to be more significantly forward from Siegfried rather than 2B.
Here we go, able to score the DP. Beautiful throw tech. And now you already see Garfield coming in to kind of play that more close range game, realizing that zoning's not going to work out when you're going up against Siegfried's Fireball here. And also just wanting to kind of lock down that Fireball, so stay in the range where we can punish the startup of it.
I really like the way that Shin Zephyr is jumping, like you said earlier. Very cognizant of the amount of space that he has available.
What do they call it? That's called the grappler jump, where you jump just to bait out an anti-air knowing that it will whiff. But Garfield hasn't bitten really on it yet. Able to get the 6-6L immediately into a conversion here. Not going to be able to kill off of it, but has his corner positioning.
Really good pokey situation.
Oh, you're dead. Yeah. That's all she wrote there for round number 1 in game 2 here. Shin Zephyr's favor.
I want to talk about that really quick because the defensive option of jumping forward and knowing the exact button to punish you or throw or whiff heavy normals is so important. And Shin Zephyr being able to convert off of it led to winning that round.
Absolutely. Oh, but now teleport. Yeah, the moment that we saw Beelzebub vanish, immediately going for the DP. Beautiful. We love to see that. We love to see Spot Dodge beating out 6-6L and do a punish.
Yeah, if you got it like that, good on you. Oh, fantastic jump into the normal. Got the running momentum right there. Good spot dodge on the unblockable. Fantastic stuff from Garfield. We're really seeing both of these players make fantastic plays at this moment.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing you definitely have to train yourself against Siegfried, right? The moment that you see a blue flash, spot dodge, because that's generally the only time that you're going to see ultimate moves from Siegfried. Sometimes you'll see ultimate fireball just as a jump scare, but if they're up close, it's absolutely that arc of deliverance. DP is blocked with the safe jump. Kind of a not a good punish there, but
yeah, closed out the round, and that game is going to go to Shin Zephyr. So we are 1-1, and this is a 2 out of 3 set. You're seeing Tampa getting hype in the background. Who knows what they're doing?
Roberto's just upset he didn't make it to top 4.
I mean, I would be too. It's a tough bracket, and all of the players that ended up making it are strong. So, okay. Good start for Garfield right here, turning it around after that loss.
Yeah, but land into back throw. Nice shimmy as well with the backdash into the crouching medium. Getting that malice gauge up.
Yeah, and trying to spot dodge that fireball is so difficult. Getting the timing exactly right can, make the difference between you losing a match immediately.
And yeah, there we go. Fireball as well. Just able to connect. Cancels immediately into the super. And that should be enough to get the kill here. No, not
just
quite.
Barely, but we are in chip range.
You got too greedy trying to go for it. There's the SSBA coming through for Shin Zephyr.
Yeah,
for
30%. Garfield's going to do a lot of damage right here. This could go either way if you just trying to play safe around possible DPs. Doesn't want to get chipped out by anything. Has an EX DP for himself. Spot dodge happens on the EX Karma right there.
And just like that, Shin Zephyr now sitting at set point, threatening to eliminate Garfield out here at 4th place.
They are slugging it out right now.
And we are just going for the Helmbreaker slam every single time there at round start, trying to catch Garfield off guard.
These are some heavy-hitting characters. Not necessarily what you would consider big bodies, but big damage, big normals.
All right, 5H able to connect. Yep, pulling on in with the suck there. Spending a little bit of our brave points to make sure that we can get that corner carry that we want. And finally, Twitch connects and then drops him right back into the corner.
Should be a huge conversion for Garfield. Yes, guaranteed kill situation right there, cashing all of it out. Beelzebub's huge 2H on counter hit is going to lead to exactly what he wants. You have to be afraid of it at all times.
And now Shin Zephyr kind of slowing things down a little bit here.
Yeah, that 6-6M is so good from Siegfried. Big trade.
It's just a jump scare. Catching you low.
Oh, we're seeing Fireball neutral from these characters. Not only having big buttons, but having very versatile fireballs. Wow, what a conversion with the EX Karma.
Gonna go right into the super as well.
And cash out. It's your, not only take away one of their brave points, but get your brave point back.
Yeah, even more important to get that brave point back here. But now sent right back into the corner. Might have to use that brave point to escape here because we're low on resources.
We're chilling. Willing to kind of jump there. Possibly fishing for an option to do EX dive kick. Great backdash right there.
Oh, huge whiff. Garfield doesn't swing though. Wasn't ready for it. Trying to jump back away from the fireball here. Keep that spacing up. Both of them know that any stray hit could lead to death here.
Oh, that's huge, but not going to lead to anything meaningful outside of mid-series Noki.
And now it's Zephyr, the one who has to move in. Garfield just giving Zephyr enough room to overextend and closes it out, moving on in the bracket.
Ultimate Blade going to close it out for Carter. So Garfield is going to move on into losers finals where he will fight Jet Set Ringo. I'm interested to see what character that Garfield picks into this matchup. I don't know if Beelzebub does particularly well versus Vasaraga.
I would think he would, right? I think that EX knives would blow through. Is every single one of those knives count as a hit, right? That's the question. Or is it just 2 waves, so that's only 2 hits?
I think it's 2 waves, but if you charge it, they each have an amount of hits that follow through them. So like Jita's Fireball.
Yeah.
How it's like 1 Fireball, but it hits 3 times. I think Knives applies the same way. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here.
Yeah, seeing how it plays out. Of course, like you said, we do have the Belial as well, but part of me feels like maybe you want to play the Bubs matchup, right? You want to be able to keep that space and not get close to Vasaraga, but then dealing with the armor is a whole other thing.
So here's the thing to consider. I feel like Lowain does really well in this matchup. I feel like the movement is Lowain. Oh, and we're showing off the sticker on the, for the kids, yeah. Yeah,
Damn me, for the kids. Yeah, turn that back. This is a PG stream, Ringo.
Gaming.
But let's see. Yeah, Lowain makes sense. Lowain is just the amount of stuff on screen feels like it would be difficult for Vasaraga to deal with to get in safely unscathed. So we'll see if that does end up being the play. That's kind of the benefit of having multiple characters here is you can pull them out for the matchups as needed.
This is going to be a 3 out of 5, by the way, as it is a losers finals. So going forward, Garfield has some time. You can make decisions based on how it goes. You could slow down game 1 and then go from there.
Yeah, well, we are locked in here with the Bubs.
Okay.
That's who I've been seeing Garfield playing all day today. Every time I've seen him sitting down at his setup, it has been Bubs. So
as
maybe
of
it's
recent, it's only been Bubs.
Yeah.
So I like his likelihood of sticking with this and doing well with it.
Here we go. First round. Both of them rocking the GOTE colors as well.
Sir, having your character have a good orange is such a power-up.
And already being very aggressive, that 5H is going to get a lot of play here as well, just trying to stay at that safe range. Beautiful DP.
They're willing to really force him off and making Vasaraga spend his resources in special moves, right? He is going to get them back fairly quickly, all things told, but we're seeing good spacing specifically from Garfield right now.
So it looks like Ultimate Slicer, just EX Slicer, is going to be the play here to try and beat out this armor, right? Getting those multiple hits, especially the ultimate one. Spot dodge just a little too early. There's the sweep into the pickup.
And it's such a mind game on the Scythe Slam right there because, you know, if he holds it, your spot dodge just gets counter hit.
This character is kind of nasty, actually, honestly, Vasaraga.
Character is way stronger than people give him credit for after these buffs that he got. Yep, and his American Reset, not an American Reset, just restand into command grab.
Late tech.
Nope.
Immediately going into the shoulder charge with the armor available. Yep, dash M for that overhead. Garfield says, get off of me.
Oh, and the Karma is going to counter hit right there. Going to get a guaranteed conversion. Not a huge amount of damage. That does scale it pretty well.
But now we're down on that meter, right? Which means that the Soul Forge here, already getting spent though, but any Soul Forge that Jet Set Ringo has is going to be a lot more potent when we can't just blow it up with the Ultimate Slicer.
Okay, we're seeing a lot of charges on the knives right now. We want to maximize the amount of hits they have. And shoulder tackle, gonna go through, you know, the neutral options that Garfield wants to choose. That's the threatening part of Vasaraga, is at any point he could also just be forward.
Yeah, tries to go for the shoulder charge here. Is going to get caught. Back is up against the wall, but this is a familiar place for any Vasaraga player.
He'll pick up a wall bounce, but Garfield's still holding place.
Oh, yep, and there we go. Armoring straight on through.
No conversion off the counter hit 66L, but going to find the counter hit 2H right there. Gonna spend it all right there.
Oh no, but the tech out.
Just a little bit too high mid-screen. Yep, Scythe Swing not only gonna have such a low recovery, but such a huge range.
Trying to go for the sit on him, unfortunately puts himself into the corner. Nice shoulder tackle on through. You can see Garfield just trying to create that space, but is getting caught here.
Ultimate Fireball not going to do too much damage, but the threat of everything behind it.
And you see that Garfield is constantly going for ultimate moves. Whenever Ringo is in Soulforge, we're going for ultimate moves to try and break that armor as fast as we can. Willing to just spend our meter. Understandable. Really late jump there, but is able to avoid the command grab.
We're seeing a lot more dive kicks now because responding to the dive kick is super difficult for every character. Oh, great spot dodge on the ultimate Karma right there. That is unblockable from full screen, and the only thing you can do is spot dodge it.
Oh no! You had him in chip range!
They were both in chip range was the sad part, and Jet Set Ringo clutching it out. Currently 1-0 up around.
Just walked into the fireball like that.
There's the throw bait with the EX dive kick.
Straight into the EX command grab.
Yep.
Set up the armor. Oh no, whiffed grab is going to lead to some damage here. And the baited out DP, not only just a regular DP, but the ultimate DP on top of that.
Flush your meter, and you're going to lose life for it too.
Garfield looking on edge here. Again, getting clipped by the ultimate fireball straight into the shoulder tackle. Ringo is up 2-0 here. Garfield has to dig deeper. Is going to get eliminated here at third place.
And that's the thing with Vasaraga, is trying to advance back into this character when you are lower on health. Feels like all of these trades just do not go in your favor. You want to be ahead as early as possible, and you want to have him like at your lockdown. Otherwise, he starts to run.
Yeah, just runs an absolute train here. Nice spot dodge immediately into the ultimate fireball. And we see a lot of ultimate fireball into shoulder charge. That has kind of been the bread and butter here for Ringo. Garfield hasn't quite found an answer to it yet, but did get a punish there on the whiff.
And the later that your shoulder tackle hits, the more plus it is, and it can be extremely plus. It's difficult to deal with afterwards, too.
Man, nearly a
Massive
full
low.
screen low. That's some Cliff vibes.
Yes. Huge, huge character, huge buttons to go alongside it.
Oh, but there we go. Finally able to fight back. Gets a round on the board, but it's not a round that really matters. We need to get games, and Garfield has not been able to close out a single game yet.
Not yet, but this is the best that we've seen Garfield look in this matchup thus far. A good whiff punish on the armor charge.
Oh no, with the block DP. getting you right with the meaty command grab.
And we're seeing, like, very early, the situation is always singular combo and into command grab.
Oh, clean jumping! Goes for the pickup. How much damage can we pull out here?
Not quite going to get the 100, but is going to whiff punish what would have been, you know, the brave reversal right there. Was definitely looking to be in block stun, but the thing is, Vasaraga doesn't have to put you in block stun.
No,
he has armor. And as long as he's not in throw range, he's not in any danger.
Not at all, but you know who is in danger is Garfield here. It is set point now for Jet Set Ringo. Already getting some damage on deck, but finally a DP hits its mark.
Yes.
Air to air, no conversion.
JA is super difficult to convert even on this counter hits, but we're going to see a counter hit after the EX dive is blocked.
Right to the super, definitely going to connect this time.
Yep.
Steal away that bravery point. Going for the safe jump option as well. And there we go. Big counter hit on the heavy.
Cash out from here. Yeah, we're going to spend a lot of resources. Okay. That is going to be the first game for Garfield in this set. So we are at 2-1. Going to be the option to take your breather here. Figure things out. Have you made the adjustment? Did you happen to just, like, guess right multiple times in a row?
Looks like he's ready to go right on into it, though. Just needed a swig of water.
Confidence is key.
Feeling confident. Able to get the block right into a 6XL for the punish.
You're not afraid of guard crushes there because you're in a good range. There is enough recovery on something like that when it hits your block. Oh, but the super armor going through whatever Garfield tried to do there. Yep, big button right there.
And I like the placements on these 6XLs. That 5L as well, just to kind of stuff Jet Set Ringo early on was nice. But still, you are on the back foot, up against the ropes here.
That was intended to be brave counter right there, and huge conversion. Another brave counter whiffed because he gets to charge right in front of you.
You really have to wait until you see yourself block until you try and go for those brave counters, right? I mean, it is plus on block anyway, so if they're able to bait it out, you don't really worry about it too much, but you can't preemptively do it. That is a big thing that you have to know playing this game.
Yeah, otherwise you're going to get counter hit for free. Oh.
Just a
Not
little
a big conversion. We haven't seen much of the teleport from Garfield, using it really effectively right there, but walk into command grab. This could be it. Yep.
Crowd popping off there. Roberto screaming! And yep, just swinging down with the scythe. The Reaper moves on to grand finals for the run back. Bro, low tier Ringo.
God. Popping off. We love to see it. And that's the character loyalty of, like, sticking with Vasaraga. Like, Vasaraga was not good last patch, and the difference, you know, in just a couple minor buffs, like, really gave him leeway to take off. And Ringo was good before.
Yes.
It's important to note that. Ringo was good before, but you gave him a character that can properly operate in the metagame, and it makes a big difference. So, good stuff to him. We are going to see him in loser's side of grand finals. So,
absolutely.
What happens from here?
And
like, are you able to make the adjustment versus Jita? That looks like a bad matchup, actually.
Definitely seems like a bad matchup. Jita just has such an easy time blowing up Vasaraga's armor, but we did see some good ideas from Ringo beforehand, so we're going to see if he's able to build on those ideas.
Right.
It's going to be difficult, though, right? He's got to get 2 sets as opposed to just 1, and this is the person who sent him to losers in the first place here. So, Ibis probably watching those sets, taking mental notes of what Ringo's habits are, and is looking to capitalize here and go home your GOTE champion.
So I think it could go either way. I think Jita, like, winning is quite an easy possibility, but I think you're willing to change up some of your timings, make a little bit of a different decision. Trying to deal with Vasaraga while he's really cooking, super difficult. So as long as you can play around some of, you know, Jita's more, like, strong options and not overcommit while still, like, maintaining your pressure, I think you can get her to crack. I think that's going to be the important thing for Jet Set Ringo right now.
Yeah, it is slow and steady, wins the race here for Vasaraga in this matchup. not overextending is the most key thing, like you said here, which, unfortunately, Ringo likes to overextend sometimes. As a player, once he starts to feel himself, that's kind of when he starts to make mistakes, right? Is he overextends, gets a little too overzealous, smells the blood in the water, and tries to go for the kill.
And that's the sad part, is when you play a big body like Vasaraga, you have to bet. You have to be willing to bet. So I think he has the grit to make it happen, but do you have the finesse to, you know, carry yourself across the finish line?
Already off to a good start, though. Has Ibis down to half health. And is running up and being very patient. We're not just going up into buttons or going up into any special moves. We're waiting to see what the reaction from Ibis is going to be, trying to look for those DPs. There is a spot dodge immediately into the ultimate Rekka.
That was smart. I like that option right there. You don't necessarily have to take the spot dodge. It's okay to spend the meter. Keep yourself safe.
Ooh, that was interesting there. Ringo just standing up. Thought maybe we were going to try and go for an anti-air. Getting caught trying to go for a spot dodge.
Yep. Spend the ultimate, and because she was only at 1 bravery point, that did 30% more damage. That's huge in the Vasaraga matchup.
Absolutely is. Big boy is moving here. Let's see now, round start situation. Ibis being very cautious. She's going to go for the dash up 2 Ls.
Wow. Okay. Counter hit right there on that JU. That's going to do a decent bit of damage. We're going to go back into knockdown. Scary stuff. Good late tech right there.
But also incredible patience there from Ibis not to press. Just weathering the storm. There it is. Plus frames on the ultimate fireball once again. Frame kill, jumps over the reversal option. I love the delay, but now, okay, back throw. I was going to say, with that guard cancel, you were in the corner, but we have reset the situation altogether.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh,
Ibis so good at whiff punishing forward. That is the most important thing that you can know in this matchup. More than anything else. Okay, this is going to do a huge amount of damage. This is a one-situation game, unfortunately. Ultimate Fireball cracking through the armor was going to chip out anyways.
We were committed. We were committed to landing into the Ultimate Fireball, right? 6XL trying to go for the throw. Late tech coming out from Ringo. And is going to get caught on that punish. Just a little too close on that block. Landing on the Fireball. Gets the full conversion off of it. Things are not looking too good for Ringo right now. Able to score a throw, but we are down on life here. Ibis sitting on full resources.
I like the spot dodge there on the Fireball because it extends the cooldown of it more than anything. You're not giving any advantage to the player.
Off the wall. Are we going to go for a super in this scenario? No, we want to go for the reset there. Holding on to our meter and able to get the touch. DP is just enough to close it out there on the final hit. Ibis up game 1 here in Grand Finals. Let me take one thing off. What are they saying to him?
No coaching.
You gotta listen in on the competition.
Can it really be considered no coaching if the entire venue is yelling you? Yelling for you, yelling against you, yelling at you.
Right. Uh-oh. Looks like Ringo might be trading out his stick. Not happy. Thinks that there's something wrong with his stick, whether it be directions or a button. I mean, we did see that one strange scenario where he just kind of stood up, right? I was predicting that maybe that was like just kind of a botched 2H, trying to go for an anti-air. But maybe it was something a little more. Ringo now just grabbing a Kwamba 2, Obsidian 2.
Yeah, I think we switched from the Obsidian 1 to an Obsidian 2.
Uh-oh, that's leveled up now.
No.
Even better.
Oh, no.
But there's also, this is also kind of a little bit of a detriment, right? Moving onto a stick that you're not necessarily comfortable with, right? It could be different spring weights, different things like that can throw you off.
Well, listen, I'm not going to lie. Going from an Obsidian 1 to an Obsidian 2, those Obsidian 2s. If I was going to play a stick, personally,
they are nice.
that would be the stick I would be playing, actually. Unironically.
Is a clean stick. You see that, though? Ibis hitting the Undertaker. The eyes roll to the back of the head. Tell him, Ringo, you're about to rest in peace.
I like this. Even if you didn't need the new stick, ice the kicker. Ice the kicker, right?
Yeah, let me get that Obsidian too. Obsidian, hit me up. Here we go, jumping right into it, making sure the buttons are all set.
All right, we're ready. We're ready. Definitely ready. We can do this. Ibis, very strong showing so far. It's important to note specifically that while we talk about the low tier a lot, the decision-making from Ibis has been extremely clean to shut down these options that everyone else thus far has had a difficult time dealing with.
Yeah, and it's all about that spacing and trying to put Ringo in these scenarios that are more advantageous to Ibis here, right? Spacing has been so key, though. Able to get those whiff punishes is huge. And the use of the 6-6L to kind of reset pressure and steal turns back has been massive as well.
Yep. Just willing to wait outside of the ranges of the threats that Vasaraga has. Not particularly afraid of these ultimate command grabs. He is spending meter to get these options, not getting anything huge out of it. And Ibis hasn't been playing particularly risky outside of everything.
Yeah, no, I mean, especially once you have such a huge life lead like Ibis has now, you can afford to go on in and take a few of these ultimate command grabs, right? It's putting you back to neutral, but Ibis has been winning out in neutral.
Yep. And you see, like, has gotten hit by 2 ultimate command grabs, barely just hit, half life. Now we're going to see a full conversion. This should kill, right? But that was because you were out of break points, effectively.
That's the big body life as well, right? For big body characters, they sometimes just have to guess right once or twice to close out a round, and that's exactly what Ringo did there.
Yep, immediate 6L takes the turn back.
Stuffing the start up there, the button from Ringo. And again, a familiar sight, the left side of the screen. Ringo has been fighting this entire set so far off the ropes.
Doing a good job, I might add, but still always on defense. It has to be like wearing to always be on defense and having to struggle through this just to get the damage that we're seeing thus far. Yep, ultimate fireball going to be able to crack the armor on reaction effectively.
But too far away for that 2M to hit. Unfortunate. Ibis closing out another round here.
Yep. That whiff punish on the Soul Forge into guaranteed Brave Chain. Just so effective at dealing with any of the offense or any of the scrambles that Jet Set Ringo has had so far.
Look at this. Again, just harassing with the fireball game like we're playing Street Fighter, using it as a poking tool. The moment that we go in, though, Ringo able to strike back. The fangs are bared.
Great spot dodge right there, going to maximize the cooldown, but ultimate skill's going to refresh your cooldown temporarily.
Oh no! Tried to go for the up option there, was predicting a jump from Ibis.
But you saw the whiff on that wasn't too punishing for Vasaraga. It's really effective, even at close range. Yep. Ultimate DP gonna crack through. So many hits attached to it.
And that's one of the things that makes this matchup difficult for Vasaraga is just, we mentioned before, the effectiveness at which Jita is able to break that armor, and off of a clean spot dodge, Ibis is going to go up 2-0. One more game from closing out the tournament. And Ringo is still all smiles.
I don't know what you do as Vasaraga in this matchup. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. Like, I feel like even if you play perfectly, the way that you have to bank your risk-reward is so difficult. We're seeing Ibis, put a masterclass into practice, right, with all of these things, but just every time, Ringo makes a good decision, it looks like a bad decision because of having to fight Jita's tools.
Well, I think the key is to try and stop going for these guard breaks because they're whiffing and you are giving yourself more damage or taking more damage in the process.
I agree.
And also, you need to figure out a way to get the fireballs, get the ultimate fireballs out of Ibis, right? Because when Ibis doesn't have meter available, that's when Ringo can bully him.
Right.
Because you don't have to worry about the ultimate fireball. So we have to be a little bit more patient, try and block that ultimate fireball to make sure the 50 meter goes away, that they don't get that 25 meter back from it hitting.
And we're hoping it's just not too little too late right now, because this is tournament point for Ibis.
Now runs into Ringo's loving arms here. There's the guard crush, trying to go for the jump in, but yeah, DP is going to connect. Nice reactions here. And the spot dodge on the ultimate shoulder charge here. Ibis just trying to run away with this.
having a DP is so good in this matchup versus Vasaraga because any of his jump-ins, just like, you don't care. You don't care if he does the delayed one. You don't care if he does the regular one. You can just DP through it.
And there's a punish again, down to 1 BP, meaning that this is going to do so much more damage.
Huge.
Goes for the shimmy.
Yes, and that throw closes it out. Throw doing extra damage is so threatening, and good stuff from Ibis. Very, very clean play on the Jita, you know, taking apart Vasaraga methodically in that grand finals. So good stuff to him, winning our Granblue Fantasy versus Rising top 4. Exciting stuff.
He looked stressed.
He did look stressed.
He won and he looked stressed.
It's extremely stressful to play versus Vasaraga. And you saw the character that had all the tools to do it still like sweating.
Oh, yeah.
Extremely sweating. So